Look, this has been a year of devastation, unlike anything I think any of us were prepared for or could have even fathomed. And I think the worst part is we've been hit the hardest. It affects more people than any other industry. We're the second largest private employer next to healthcare, and we've been totally ignored by every level of government. Neither states, cities, nor the federal government have agreed to give us any form of industry specific relief or restructuring plan. And our industry is collapsing before their very eyes. And, to what Frank so beautifully wrote on his Sunday piece, this touches every facet of our culture, of our society, of our neighborhoods, and 100% a huge economic driver. And we've just been seen as collateral damage, unworthy of helping. And that's brutal for the 11 million of us that have dedicated our lives to taking care of others.
To that point, Frank, I thought what you did do so beautifully in your piece is you were stressing the importance of, people thinking less about restaurants as, fancy indulgences, eating out, and instead of thinking of them as the job creators and the economic forces that they are. Can you just speak a little bit more to that? And where do you think the city, other cities' restaurants go from here?
No, I'm happy to. It's so important. I mean, I think the correct statistic is 15 million jobs in this country is what in a typical time the restaurant industry, that's how many people they employ. And that doesn't even count, Brooke, all of the kind of, you've got the linen supplier, you've got the food deliverers, the producers or the food producers, they're all also getting jobs from those restaurants. And I just feel there's this weird thing I've picked up on when I listen to conversations around me where people think, well, restaurants, as you said, those are an indulgence, a fancy indulgence. Most restaurants aren't fancy at all. They are dynamic job creators. Believe me, there's nothing fancy for the dishwasher who's lost a job in the restaurant he or she was working in, the bartender, the server. These are not fancy people who are living high on the hog. These are hardworking people who now no longer have jobs because that is among the most hardest hit sectors of our economy. There is legislation that the House passed, and nothing has happened in the Senate yet, but I think there really needs to be targeted restaurant industry relief, because it's not about propping up a bunch of rich restaurant owners. Most restaurant owners are not rich. They're middle class people. It's about all the jobs that have been lost within all of these restaurants. And that is something that is having profound effects on the American economy.